Well, yeah, I mean, not something I would have necessarily been thinking about myself, but it's good to know. Now I know I'll never forget.
There you go. There you go.
Hey, Bly's playing mind games. He's going to take the hatch in the third. I love it.
So he wants him to scout him and not see an expansion.
Yeah.
And he wants him to do this thing. But Reynor going for the pool first, like, does he even care though? Like, I feel like Bly still needs to, you can't just be like, oh, you're going to think I'm doing something weird. Because you know what, seeing this type of build immediately just makes me think of, what was it? Game 2, Milky Cow versus Sterile. He's like, I'm going to take the hidden base and I'm going to make you think that you're getting cheesed and you're going to do all this stuff and then you're going to accidentally kill me because I didn't build any units. And that is my #1 fear.
Yeah, it's actually kind of bad for Bly. Like, the whole idea is that Reynor goes hatch first and he sees, oh my god, there's no hatchery. So he thinks it's a gas pool all in. And it's actually working, Nate. He's actually going to pull the lings back for a little while. So it's going to buy Bly a bit of time, if nothing else. Now, Reynor's going to show up and see the creep on the third base. And he's like, oh no, I pulled my lings back for nothing. And in a way, it actually puts Bly a little bit ahead because Reynor's made these lings and now shouldn't get anything done with them.
Yeah. So I think definitely the stall out was certainly one of the best parts about the way that this game started. Because I was going to say that's always scary. If he had just sent them straight across, maybe there's some opportunity there, but he knows about this other base. Can't really get any of the drones there. And like, you obviously have to kind of get that ling speed upgrade now if you want to be able to defend anything on the side of Bly. Sometimes Zerg players, you have some builds where you can get around that, playing defensively on 2 bases, trying to get a wall off. You do take away some of those types of options when you go for a style like this. And Reynor getting a Baneling nest and adding a ton of lings now says to me that he might feel like he has what he needs with the control that he has to punish this and do a lot of damage. And I think that he'd be right in assuming such.
Yeah, I like taking the aggressive kind of front against this because it's kind of just the right decision. You look at what there is right now. Bly's trying to get a third hatchery up. He doesn't make a lot of units just yet. He's going to go into the roach roar. And so the roaches are a problem. He's got a lot of gas for roaches, but will he ever get like a bunch of them up all at once? Well, probably not, because if he tries to bank the lava for roaches, he's going to die to the ling bane. So now Bly has to spend his lava on lings, which then obviously there's banelings in play. And this comes down to micro, and Reynor already has a couple of banes wandering forward.
Yeah, we have the lings get the surrounding the queen. The banelings, one of them gets sniped before making it to the mineral line with no queen here. And the roach warren only just finishing. There's nothing here that can actually defend this base. There's not enough lings for him to just say, okay, well, I'll just send my lings and fight you and delay while I run my drones away. He has enough Zerglings to kill everything here. And the lack of the Baneling nest from Bly meant that there was never going to be a big counter opportunity to deal with those lings. So I think it may be time to stick a fork in it, depending on how long it takes him to get to the main base mineral line. There are some roaches being built, but they won't all come out here. Oh, he's going to morph him in the mineral line. The disrespect, Wardy.
Reynor was literally saying, Bly, Bly. See you later.
Baby, Bly, Bly, Bly. There you go. Wow. There may be no escape for this man as we load into game 2. In the bottom left, the red Zerg player, he is Bly.
And up. And the top right, blue Zerg is Reynor.
How many Zerg players do you think would just not have been able to play ZvZ anymore if they had gone through with the last proposed Baneling damage change, where it would have taken 3 Banelings to kill another Baneling, where 2 would not have been enough anymore? You think would that have just completely broken it? Like, would this type of stuff just literally never happen ever again?
Probably not. It was
kind of wild to think, right? That almost happened, right? Like, whether that would have been the case, we'll never know, because this isn't the timeline where that actually happened. But it's kind of interesting to consider that we came quite close to that possibly being a thing, and the implications of it seemed like they would have been quite far-reaching.
It would have made ZvZ very aggressive, I think, because I think everyone would have had to be an aggressive player, right? I don't think anyone could have just played defensively with like a couple banes or anything anymore. Like, I think you just have to put like super aggro. So yeah. Yeah. No,
I agree. It would have been very awkward. Would have been a very weird thing. It's one of those things where it's just like a fun theory craft question for for the early game, right? Like, what if we made Zerglings upside down but changed nothing else about them, right? Like, would that ruin Starcraft? These kinds of questions. That's what I think about during the break, at least.
Here come the banelings, Nate. There's a spine about to finish. Logically speaking, I kind of like it because Bly's like, well, this time you actually scout no hatch rate. It's actually a baneling attack, and the way the series plays out, maybe this is smart, but I think Reynor has it pretty well figured out. Spine is done. That baneling isn't going to get anywhere anytime soon. And Reynor's got another round of lings on the way up, and now he's got the supporting spine crawler as well. So even as his couple of queens go down, what is left for Bly? Not really anything. And yeah, this is the problem, because now you've kind of already lost the kind of the unit momentum. That's, now you just don't get that back really. Your one base of lava production against two.
Yeah, unless you find a way to somehow get a perfect surround on all of the units and instantly kill the lings with one bane, so that you can kill the spine crawler before it roots or never let it root. Like, unless he had literally done that, it's already too late for that, by the way. There's just not a whole lot of opportunity there. The spines are quite sturdy. Gets a transfuse on it. It will get killed, but there's banelings coming out now for Reynor. And let's just remember, guys, he's got a second hatchery. He has drones. Not a tremendous amount more drones than his opponent, because ZvZ you have to really overweigh in whatever direction you want to go for it to be effective. But a 5-worker lead when your opponent has 15, I mean, if you think about it, that's like what, 34% extra economy over Bly. So that's massive.
Yeah. I mean, for Bly to get back in the game as well, he has to build 300 minerals into a hatchery, right? So Reynor can just get 6 extra drones. Yeah. The spine crawler going down is just a sacrifice anyway as well, right? Because it's 4 banes to kill the spine, so it's like, well, now I don't have to worry about those 4 banes running at my army. Is now everything of Bly is going down, and the numbers from Reynor, way too much. Yeah, I was about to count down to the GG as well, but not yet, says Bly. Give it a... he's got lings in the main. You never know what these can do with some solid micronate.
I know this one. And there's not really a whole lot left here for Bly to keep this attack. We could see GG at any moment now, Warditosis. There you go. Now you say something like so many banelings as he crashes into them with his lings and they all die in 2 seconds.
I was gonna say this game's not giving me chills, man. You never know when that baneling's gonna connect.
Never know. The miracle baneling.
If that one baneling.
30.
Oh, here we go. Hey, it's about to happen. Here it is. The baneling. Oh, denied. Oh.
It's 30 drones to 13.
Yes. 30 drones. This is 13 going on 30, man.
It's 35 drones to 13.
Can he triple the worker count? He's on the way.
Isn't it incredible that we have players that are so good that when we cast them, this is it. This is what we got. Or like, it literally has 3 times the worker count now as he's making buildings. And I'm like, I don't know, man. Back in the WCS days, we actually did not get matchups that looked like this. Like, we didn't have games look like this, even when we had Korean players, because they would just, if they were going to win easily, they'd win instantly. You know what I mean?
It's that European thing where they will just macro for days.
Yeah. At the heart of a champion, not wanting to give up, and I completely respect that, but I'm just like, man, what a brutal position to try and come back from. And he's chewing away at the queens, but the backup queen gets the transfuse. The energy was largely there. If anything, I think was nice for Bly was that the queen with the most energy was the one out front. So that did complicate things a little bit. And he does get through, but then it's just one baneling, and then that's killed. And now there's roaches, so you don't need to risk the queens anymore. You can have the roaches be a part of the wall. I assume he's just going to build like 7 or 8 roaches and move across the map, because it's 38 drones to 13 drones.
Every time you point that out, I love
69 supply to 24.
Yeah, a little bit one-sided, isn't it?
Yeah, he's sending a drone, by the way, with the roaches. So Wardy, he's going to build a hatch, isn't he? He's going to build a hatch in his base. He's going to do it. He's going to do it. And you know what the best thing would be before Bly taps out is if he sends the banelings into the building hatchery and nothing else. Just kill the manor hatch and then tap out. There it is. It's beautiful.
Oh,
2020 does get a little bit better. No, you got to let him build it.
Right. Do you think Reynor's not going to kill him until he gets his hatchery? He saves the drone. Drone. Reynor keeps microing the drone. No.